Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you some songwriting tips that is going to boost your pen game. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Also, check out my other songwriting videos if you have not already. I have tons of songwriting videos. How to write a song like Summer Walker. How to write a song like Victoria Monet, Ariana Grande, Taylor Swift. So if you want even more help with songwriting, I'm your girl. Watch right after you watch this video, of course. Let's get started. I had already recorded this video and then I realized that I did not have my mic on at all, and so I knew the sound was gonna be really messed up. So here we are, take two. Like I'm telling y'all, YouTube is an entire job and you have to remember every little piece. So I'm kind of like right now, I'm irritated, but I'm gonna give you this video with a smile. All right, my first tip is to keep a journal and write daily. I, a lot of the times, find myself using what I wrote in my journal as a songwriting topic. Whenever I'm kind of like, what do I want to write about today? I'll look through my journal, and if I see something interesting, like, oh, I was really in my feelings that day, or I was really happy that day, or whatever, I'll use that to actually write my song. Writing every day is going to strengthen your pen just in general. So it's kind of like if you exercise and you only exercise once every month or once every 90 days, like you're not going to see any growth, you're not going to see any results because you're not consistent. So that's the same thing with songwriting. If you want to become a better writer, then you must write, and you must do it often. You have to do it consistently to see results, to see a change in your pen game. Save your melodies on your voice notes. If you're familiar with any of my other songwriting videos, then you already know that I am like a voice note hoarder. I love to keep like an archive of all of my voice notes. I think I checked the other day and I was like at 1,500 voice notes, all of like me writing something. I was like, oh my God, I have way too many voice notes that I'm not even using. Like sometimes I'll have dreams about songs and I will wake up and like grab my phone and just start singing whatever I heard in my dream in my voice note. Like I keep every last melody in my phone. So that's something that you guys should do if you like really want to become like a better songwriter. I think it'll definitely help boost your pen game. This next one I believe is honestly the most important one, and it's having variation in cadence and spacing. So cadence in so many words is like the rhythm, or in rap they call it a flow, and you can sometimes like switch your flow. Like for example, Nicki Minaj, someone that like really can switch up her flow at the drop of a dime in the song, like 3 or 4 different flows in one song, is Nicki Minaj. And I feel like as a singer, even if you're writing songs to sing, I do think like switching up your flow or your cadence as a singer is important because it helps to keep the listeners' attention. Like honestly, why do they do it in rap? Like it keeps your attention. It doesn't get boring. And I feel like when you focus on like kind of just switching up your cadence, I feel like you can have like a certain cadence in your first verse, but I always think it's good to switch up that second verse. It's very rare that my first verse, like the cadence or the flow that I have in my first verse, is going to be used in my second. We're so used to like that instant gratification. I don't think people are really here for like ballads anymore. Like even the ballads that we have nowadays are kind of fast, like especially compared to like if you go and listen to music from, you know, the 90s or the 80s, it's a lot slower. Today it's like to keep people's attention, you got to keep switching that. And I think that's why a lot of songwriters are going for that that cadence switch and like trying to keep people's attention, because I think that's just where we are just as a society. And then when I say spacing, I'm talking about like when you're taking breaks in your song. I'm trying to think of a song, Drunk in Love by Beyonce. Okay, let's pause for a second. I missed a very important part of what I was trying to say. So spacing is a rest or a break in the song. It gives phrases a chance to breathe, which B does in the first verse of Drunk in Love. Being strategic in when to take rest or breaks in songs is helpful with allowing a song to breathe and build momentum. I've been drinking. She could have just said, I've been drinking, I've been filthy when that liquor get into me, I've been thinking. But it wasn't that type of song. I think having those spaces, it really helped to build the song. And then notice, like I said, in that song, in Drunken Love, the second verse doesn't even do that. She goes into a completely different cadence. And everything, all right. No complaints, my body so fluorescent under these lights. Completely different than I've been drinking. So with that being said, I'm going to use that as a segue into the next tip, which is being too wordy or not having enough words. I think when I first started writing songs, I did not have enough words in my song. Everything kind of came across as if it was a ballad. And I really struggled with like having bounce and variation to my songs, and I think a lot of beginning songwriters kind of struggle with that too. The only beginning songwriters that I see that don't necessarily struggle with that are people that are really rap influenced, because I feel like in rap you already know like the melodies have to have a little bit of a bounce to it. Because that's just essentially how rap is. But I feel like if you're kind of focused in on how I was when I was a kid, I loved singing ballads by Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston, like all of the greats, because I feel like those were like the teachers of vocals, and I'm like, I want to learn from the master. So I would listen to Mariah and Whitney and Celine Dion, and I would try to emulate their voices. And then when I would write a song, I would end up writing a damn song like Hero or The Greatest Love of All, and that just was not, it just wasn't giving now, and it wasn't relevant to how music is today. So I kind of really struggled with that. It took me a while to get it, but once I got it, I got it. Listening to a variation of artists and including rap into my like catalog of songs, it definitely opened up my ear, and it helped me become a better writer. Another tip that I think is super important is to have your songs build with like ear candy. And when I say ear candy, I'm talking about like harmonies and vocal stacks. And I think that all plays a part into becoming a really good vocal producer. So something else that I want to add about vocal producing is it's not just about the ear candy. That's a huge part of it. But it also it's anything having to do with the vocals. Let's say you're recording a song and one line of the song needs a little bit more attitude or needs a little bit more emotion. There are people that are vocal producers who sit in the studio with artists and they direct the artist on how to sing the song. But if you can do that yourself, that is the ultimate flex. If a songwriter can write, they can come up with melodies, and on top of that, they're an excellent vocal producer. Come on now. They're already like miles ahead of a writer that doesn't do those things, that doesn't vocal produce. Growing up, like from the 7th grade to the 12th grade, I was in choir. And one of the things I loved about being in choir was just doing harmonies. And like I had a couple of choir teachers, and I remember like they would put us into small groups and we would have to do our harmonies in small groups, and we would do it as a huge choir. And I just fell in love with the art of harmonizing. And I think sometimes in today's music that is lacking so much, but there are artists who still like hold true to that craft of vocal stacking and harmonies. Ariana Grande is somebody that I think I love her so much because she loves harmonizing. She loves vocal stacks. Like, she's one of my faves. Brandy is like the queen of vocal stacks. I think I read somewhere that on her Full Moon album, all of her vocals were stacked 8 times. The lead, the background, whatever, she would stack them 8 times. Do you know how much work that is? Like, I don't stack them 8 times. Like, on average, I probably stack mine like 3 times, but she did it 8 times. Like, this girl is crazy. Like, she's crazy amazing at just harmonies and vocal stacking. Beyonce is another one that loves to do harmonies and vocal stack. Chloe, I'm noticing Chloe is doing that. Chloe Bailey of Chloe and Halle. Like, I'm noticing that she's kind of trying to bring that back too. Like, we need to bring that back. Truly knowing how to vocal produce our songs, like That is going to boost you so much, you guys. And one of the ways to like really learn how to vocal produce, even before I had my money and was able to do all of what I do and buy all this fancy equipment, guys, I used GarageBand and I would just recreate harmonies. Like if you've seen on my channel, I've recreated Ariana Grande's Ghost in Harmonies and Chloe Bailey's Treat Me harmonies. Like I used to do that all the time growing up, literally sit in my room and recreate their harmony stacks. And to me, it was like the most fun thing ever to do. And I still do that to this day. And I feel like when I get into a studio, like I don't play. Like I don't need anybody to tell me, do this harmony, you should do that. No, I just do it because that's what I've been doing since I was a kid. If you really want to become a better songwriter, learn how to vocal produce, learn how to harmonize, and just practice, practice, practice. All right, guys, so I hope that you found these tips helpful. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and like this video. Give it a thumbs up, drop a comment letting me know what's your favorite tip, or if you have tips that you love and that I didn't mention in this video, please. I'm always looking to learn. Like as an artist, I'm never done learning. I'm working on some more songwriting videos. It's kind of making me nervous because I know you guys like really enjoy those videos. So I just want to put out some good content. So I'm working on it, y'all. And yeah, I will see you guys very soon.